Okay, we're gonna have our second part on our video on a scouting camera. I took my camera out into the field and I set it up, and as I had told you that day, it had been extremely hot. It had been almost 100 degrees with the heat index over 100. So I didn't get a picture of my big bucks that I was hoping to get, but I did get some pictures of some smaller bucks and you know, a couple of does. The good news is I'm going to share some pictures with you of some big bucks that I had got last year and the year before. So, you know, you're going to see something really good. But anyway, the scouting camera, like I said, is a great tool to have, and can become a hobby. And, you know, it's just really worth the money to experiment and get one. And like I said, you'll find out if you end up getting a scouting camera that the money that you spend on it is well spent. I do have one word of advice though. When you put your camera out, put it in a spot where people aren't going to be running around, because I'll tell you what, I had a $500 cutting back camera stole 2 years ago, and that really made me mad, you know. And I feel sorry for the chumps if I find out who stole it. You know, I've got it marked, so, you know, just one of them deals. So if you do go out and buy you a camera, you know, always remember that it can be stolen, you know. So this second camera I got, I bought a cheaper camera just because of that. And now they're making these cameras that, you know, they're $100, or some of them now I saw just the other day out are less than 100. So, you know, with the situation at hand that when you put it out, it might be getting stolen. My advice is don't spend a whole lot on a camera, because it can be stolen, and chances are if you keep them out long enough, they will get stolen. So anyway, we'll go beyond that point, and let's look at some deer that I've taken pictures of. I'm going to move the camera over here and let's see what we got here. Let's see here, I'm just going to take it off of the tripod here. So anyway, I'll show you the deer that let's see here. This is a picture of a doe that I got a picture of out in the bean field. As you can see, is looking straight at the camera. That's a fairly good sized doe there. And then I got this picture of this small buck. He come walking by. And that's the same one. Here's a different buck here. This is a young 8-point. Now that deer there, you know, in at least 2 years or 3 years, that deer there will, that'll be a nice shooter there. He's got potential. But you can see they're out there in that bean field, and they're eating beans. There's a picture of a doe that was out there. So anyway, we'll look at some deer that I had taken pictures of. This one was a buck that I had got a picture of in '09. You know, he's a shooter. I think he's a 9 or a 10 pointer. And here's a kind of a freaky one here. He's non-typical. See, he's drop tying over here. It's like a snake's tongue. It's pretty neat. That deer's still out there. This year may be the year to get him. I'm going to show you this freaky deer here. Look at that thing. Look at the drop tine on him. That's a big non-typical out there where I hunt. And he's still out there. He didn't get, neither one of those deers were taken the last 2 years. So unless he's got hit by a car or died of old age or something, he's still out running around too. But he is a monster. And I got this picture of this deer here. All I got was the body. That thing walked right by the camera. And I believe that that is that deer from the looks of the body. I can't be positive, but if I look at that body there, and now look at this one. You see what I mean? So I believe that that one body that I had got here is that freaky one. So maybe this year will be the year for that. Here's a coyote. I took a deer carcass and put it out in the field, and you know, I get all kinds of stuff come up and eat on that. Here's some crows that had went out there in the daytime and been feeding on that deer carcass. I put this camera on the ground and really got some great footage on this, on these crows. Look at that. Scouting cameras are a lot of fun. And I got these hawks. I got all kinds of pictures of these two hawks. I just, you know, I'm not going to show you a whole lot of different pictures, but here's a big deer that was running around out at the house a few years ago. Big 10-point. But this will give you an idea of what you can find, you know, with a scouting camera. They're worth their weight in gold. This deer here, he was running just right behind the neighbor's house, or right across the street. I mean, he's not big, but you know, he's gonna mature. That was last year. He'll be bigger this year. That's the kind of stuff. And here's a coyote, and he's got a rabbit in his mouth. I put that camera out. It was in the winter time, and the night that I put that out, we had got a big snow, and I left it out there for several days, and I got some footage on these coyotes catching that rabbit and eating it. I mean, it just a scouting camera can do so much and bring so much joy to a person's life. I mean, it just, here's a big deer. Look at that big deer. That's out there where I got one of my deer stands with the video I made. I mean, he's only like I can't make out for sure how big he is, but look at the horns and antlers on him. He is huge. So, you know, anyway, scouting cameras are great. I advise everybody that hunts to go get one, and you know, just have some fun with it, and you know, you'll get your money's worth out of them for sure, because you know, you get this kind of stuff, and you know, it just makes it all worthwhile. So anyway, I hope this video has been somewhat educational to you, and I'll see you on the next video. I'll see you later.